From behind the Bud Light bar at Minot's Mesa Arena, I'm Ken Oda, and you are watching this week's episode of Central Intelligence. And what a week it was. The return of the NAHL Showcase. 29 North American Hockey League teams met in Blaine, Minnesota on the 8-sheet Swan Super Rink. The United States National Team Development Program U17s were there as well, along with the NAPHL U18, U16, and U14 divisions. Hockey from morning till night, Wednesday through Sunday. It really was the greatest show on ice. And this year's NAHL Showcase champions, the Austin Bruins, who went 3-0-1, just the one overtime loss on the Showcase last day. They pick up 7 points in the standings and get the early season banner. Let's take a look at how the rest of the Central Division fared at the Showcase. As already mentioned, the Austin Bruins went 3-0-1, picking up a win on day one, 6-1 over Wichita Falls. They then beat Fairbanks 5-2 the next day and New Jersey 4-1 on day 3 of the Showcase. Their lone loss came in overtime against the Minnesota Magicians. The Aberdeen Wings also picked up 3 wins, going 3-1-0. A 4-3 win over Johnstown opened the Showcase for the defending Central champs before losing 1-0 on day 2 in a rematch of the Robertson Cup final game that the Mudbugs won. Friday, the Wings bounced back, a 6-3 win over the Springfield Junior Blues, making their return from a year off due to COVID. Same could be said for the Ice Rays, who fell to the Wings 4-3 on day 4 of the Showcase. The North Iowa Bulls matched the Aberdeen Wings 3-1-0 performance at their first NAHL Showcase. They picked up a 5-1 win on day 1 over the Minnesota Wilderness, the team they replaced in the Central Division. They got their lone loss the next day, Jamestown, a 4-1 win over North Iowa. But the Bulls rebounded, a 4-1 win over the Amarillo Wranglers, and a 6-2 victory over Kenai River on the final day of the Showcase gave the Bulls the 3-1-0 record. In 4th place at the Showcase for the Central Division, the Minotauros. Minot fell 2-0 on day 1 of the Showcase to the Lone Star Brahma, picked up their lone win the next day, a 5-2 victory over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. The Toros then fell 3-1 to New Mexico on day 3 before falling in overtime to the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 4-3 to close out the Showcase. The St. Cloud Norsemen made just 2 appearances at the NAHL Showcase for games that counted, an 8-1 win over Danbury on the first day of the Showcase and a 3-1 loss to Shreveport on the Showcase's final day were the highlights for the Norsemen. The Norsemen also played an exhibition game at the Showcase against the United States National Team Development Program 17 and under roster, a game that they won 7-3. Finally, the Bismarck Bobcats are still searching for their first win on the season. They fell 3-2 to Northeast, 5-2 to Maine, 4-2 to Corpus Christi, and then 5-2 to Springfield on the Showcase's final day. Now that we've seen how the Central Division fared at the NAHL Showcase, let's hear from each of the Central Division teams. Let's start with the Showcase champs, the Austin Bruins, and Jared.
Thanks, Ken. I'm here with Jens Richards, Bruins forward. I mean, you had a phenomenal Showcase to start the year. I mean, 4 power play goals in 4 games. The team itself starting off 3-0-1, getting 7 out of 8 possible points to start the season at the NAHL Showcase last week. I mean, what's going through your guys' mind right now as we prepare for our home opener against the Minot Minotauros on Friday and Saturday, and kind of just looking back to last week at the Showcase?
Yeah, we were definitely really excited as a team to just really get the year going. All our guys really buying into the systems we have, and we're just getting better every day.
And that's the thing. I mean, buying into that system's a big thing. I mean, power play unit, penalty kill unit, special teams this whole weekend's looking great. I mean, one of the biggest things for you that I saw and a lot of people saw was you getting right in front of that net, right in the nitty-gritty, and banking in those loose pucks in front. I mean, 2 out of your 4 power play goals were scored just that way, with you planting yourself in front and following that loose puck all the way until it crossed that goal line.
Yeah, I think it's important, get pucks at the net, and there's always going to be rebounds there, so just being there and being ready.
Team chemistry's looking great. I mean, you guys both on and off the ice. I mean, a lot of team chemistry, a lot of new guys this year, and then you got the returning veterans. You yourself are one of those veterans that a lot of the new guys are looking up to. I mean, how does that feel knowing that you're one of those top veteran guys that those new guys are going to be looking up to? I mean, the Broussards, Xavier Jean-Louis, just to name a few, Nico Goit, one of the youngest players on this roster. I mean, what does that mean to you to be that veteran leader out there on that forward line?
It's a big responsibility to me, so I take it very seriously, and I just want to help those guys become the best players they can, and just help them to get divisional scholarships.
Thanks, Jens. We look forward to welcoming the Minot Minotauros this weekend here inside Riverside Arena. Our home opener, 24th and 25th. It's always a fun battle between the two Central Division rivals. Ken, back to you.
Thank you, Jared. We'll keep it in Minnesota, and let's go to Ashley in St. Cloud.
Hey, thanks, Ken. It's Ashley Chase here with the St. Cloud Norsemen, and I'm with forward Ryan O'Neill, coming off a 2-goal week at the NAHL Showcase, and our leading returning scorer from last season, a 40-point season. You started off strong. What was going right for you at the Showcase?
I think just collectively as a team, we were pretty prepared for this weekend. We thought just collectively it was good for us.
To be able to be back at the Showcase in front of coaches and scouts and having the opportunity to play against different teams from all across the league, what was it like to be back?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot better than having to play the same teams all over, and yeah, it was definitely nice to have a change.
Your line was working really, really well throughout the whole Showcase. You were on a line with Kate Peterson, who's new to the squad this year, Blake Messenberg. What gelled for you guys? What did you like about your line?
I think it just started from practice. Like in practices, we've been well, and then just kind of carried over to the game.
Ryan O'Neill coming off a 2-goal performance at the NAHL Showcase, and of course, a huge mark for this group of guys. The game against the Team USA development program. What was it like playing in that game? What was the energy like on the ice? A little bit of a different experience.
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. It was really fun. They were obviously younger kids, but they were all super good, and there was a lot of fans, so yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, of course, St. Cloud back on the ice here at the MAC this weekend against Bismarck, so we'll see you guys soon and hope everyone has a great weekend.
Fantastic work as always from Ashley, and now let's send it down to Austin Droughty with the new guys, the North Iowa Bulls.
Thanks, guys. Central Intelligence is in Mason City now with Logan Dombrowski, North Iowa Bulls forward with 5 points on the weekend at the NAHL Showcase. 4 games this weekend. Logan, sounds like a pretty good start to the year for you.
Yeah, it was a really good start. First game we came out, obviously we started good, had a good 4-1 win. A little slower start the second game, but we bounced back the next 2 and finished 3-1, so it was a good start.
5 points already for you on the season. You had 5 all of last year, so sounds like you're pretty excited about the way things are starting for you right now.
Yeah, I'm playing with 2 guys that I played with a little last year too, so we got a little bit of chemistry built. So, and they made some good plays for me this weekend, so I just got lucky, and so.
Now, last year was a bit of a transition year forward for you as well, because that might have accounted for some of that. You played 29 games last year. Only got 5 points because you moved from the defensive spot partway through the year.
Yeah, Coach, one of our forwards got hurt last year, and Coach jumped me up just to play a few games, and I ended up playing a lot better, scored more points there, so it stuck through playoffs. I played every playoff game, and then just transferred over to Iowa when we came with Coach Sandin.
Natural forward, natural defenseman, maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, maybe a little both. I feel better at forward, obviously. I played a lot better, so yeah, I think forward.
What skills would you say you have that really help you fit in those 2 pretty different spots?
I think being big obviously helps. Most D-men who make it high level are big guys, but also forward, working in front of the net, getting body position. Most of my goals are dirty goals in front, so being big obviously helps at that position. So.
And you picked up the very first one for the North Iowa Bulls. Nice to get the season off to a start like that.
Yeah, it felt really good. I was kind of hoping our line would get one, but it happened to be me, so yeah, it was good.
All right, Logan, congratulations on a great week. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
At Central Intelligence from Mason City, back to you guys.
Thank you, Austin in North Iowa. Let's come up to North Dakota. We'll hear from Peter Theodos with Zach Sandy from the Minot Minotauros.
Thanks, Ken. I'm here with Toros goalie Zach Sandy. And Zach, you made your NA debut this week at the Showcase. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I've been waiting a long time for that. Obviously, as a high school kid, your goal is to play juniors and move on, and it's something I've been looking forward to for a while. I was super excited. It was a really fun game. It went pretty well. We didn't get the outcome we wanted at the end of the day, but for a first game, you can't be too mad about that one, so I was pretty happy. It was super fun. The guys were great. It was awesome.
You're a North Dakota boy from Fargo. How important was it to you to stay in North Dakota? And what's the opportunity to play here in Minot?
Yeah, it's awesome. Especially for me, I'm a big family guy. Living in Fargo, North Dakota, and only playing 4.5 hours away. just to be able to see my family, you know, every other weekend for sure, just every 2 weeks. It's great, you know, to have that comfort that you need from them, and to just have the opportunity to play for Minot. You know, I've heard a lot of great things about it since I'm pretty close to here, and now that I'm actually here and seeing it, it's unbelievable. The people are great, the locker room's awesome, a great facility, and it's great. So,
your goalies are usually known for having a little weird pregame routine. What's your game day routine like?
My game day routine, so I like to get to the rink about, if it's a home game, 2.5 hours probably before. I don't eat anything too crazy. I'll probably just have a bowl of Crave, and then maybe take a nap. Then get to the rink, and it's not till about an hour and a half before I put my headphones on and I wear these same shorts that I wear for every single game. They're kind of my lucky shorts I like to wear in my same shoes. So pretty superstitious when it comes to that, but that's when the game time really strikes for me. I do my same stretches, same everything, so that's kind of what I do. So,
Zach, best of luck the rest of the year, and thanks for coming on Central Intelligence.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Peter. Let's head down Highway 83 to Bismarck.
All right, here in Bismarck, Bobcats getting set for St. Cloud this weekend. Here with Drew Holt, who was one of 2 Bobcats with multiple showcase goals. He and Eddie Shepler are the only others. This comes out of nowhere for you, a first-year guy here. A lot of guys hurt on the back end, a lot of returners, so that leads the way for you to step up. How'd you feel out there?
I felt pretty good. I felt comfortable after the preseason games, you know, starting to get the feel of it, and also, you know, playing at home in Minnesota made it a lot more comfortable for me and easy to play for the Bobcats.
You're from Eden Prairie, not far from Blaine, where you guys played Showcase. Your family, of course, not far away. How'd that feel being in the Minneapolis area for the only time this season?
Yeah, it felt pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. It's always nice to go back home, but, you know, it's a one-time thing, and it's good to start off like that, but it was nice to see him, though.
Now, you were a state champion back home in high school. How does the play at the Minnesota high school level, the biggest level in the country for high schools, compare with the Bobcats?
I say it's just juniors are just faster, and there's a lot more depth. The 6D on every team is great. Where in high school, the 6D was not always the best D out there. And I would say that's the biggest difference.
Now, going into St. Cloud, 0-4 off the Showcase, not the results you want with a lot of guys hurt. How do you turn things around next week?
I say we just get back to basics, you know, play good D-zone, set up our forecheck, and just play hard, and we can't be having mental lapses like we have in the past games for 10 minutes that have been costing us and putting us in deep holes.
All right, Drew Holt, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Ken, back over to you.
And to wrap up our look at the teams in the Central Division, let's head to the defending champs, the Aberdeen Wings.
Thanks. Time now for the Aberdeen Wings portion of Central Intelligence. And joining me, Jay Klein Connect here, by the way, Kyle Gaffney of Plymouth, Michigan. Kyle, a veteran from last year, and off to a good start already this year with a goal and 3 assists over there at the Showcase. Thanks so much for coming on the show and letting people see behind the visor a little bit.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Well, as I mentioned, you know, last year at the Hour Banquet, you were named by your peers, by your teammates, most improved, Rookie of the Year, and so on, and really finished last year strong. And like I was saying, you know, a real strong start to this season here as well. And part of that, and of course, part of that is, you know, including character and integrity and all those kinds of things. You've been named captain of this Aberdeen Wings team. So, first of all, congratulations. It's an awesome honor. Second of all, what does that mean to you as a player who, you know, been playing all these years? There's always a leader, a captain of every team. What does it mean to you to be a captain of this team?
Yeah, it's an honor for sure. You know, just receiving that from the coaching staff and from the players, it means a lot. And, you know, just being able to learn from the vets last year, kind of an older group, definitely helps, just being able to learn a lot. And, learn from Clay. He was a good leader, so, yeah.
Definitely, Clay, setting a good example for sure of what it means to be a good captain.
Yeah.
You know, I talked with Coach a little bit about what they saw in you as a captain, and he was obviously a variety of things. So the way you carry yourself off the ice, on the ice, everywhere, there's a lot of different things like that. He said, but you know, one of the things that stood out to me was that the locker room. He said they pay attention to who's who the locker room was paying attention to. And they said, it's you. I said, you know, you're kind of a quiet guy, but when you talk, everyone just stops and pays attention. And they're like, that's what a captain is, you know. So I thought that was kind of cool. Again, Showcase, come out 3-1 there, and a pretty good weekend overall, or week, I should say, overall for the Wings and your team. So you got to feel pretty good about that, huh?
Yeah, that feels good. Playing 4 games in 4 days it's tough. It's a grind, and just coming out 3-1, that's a big accomplishment. And yeah, it just feels good coming back home and getting the season started on a good note.
Yeah, especially with such a a young team and so on like this. But all right, well, that's pretty much all I've got for you here on this portion of Central Intelligence. But I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
bet.
for having me.
You bet. Kyle Gaffney in Plymouth, Michigan. We'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Now that we've heard from all 6 Central Division teams, let's take a look at the week coming up. The Toros head down to Austin to visit the Showcase champion Austin Bruins. The Bismarck Bobcats will head to St. Cloud looking for their first win, taking on the Norsemen, who played just 2 games at the NAHL Showcase. And lastly, the Aberdeen Wings will head to North Iowa to welcome in the North Iowa Bulls with their first NAHL games in Mason City. That'll do it for us this week on Central Intelligence. Tune in next week to see how this weekend went and how next weekend will go. Until then, I'm Ken Oda, hoping you enjoyed this episode. We'll leave you, as always, with Plays of the Week.
Cross ice for Alay. Alay feeds it down into the corner. Shot, goal! Seamus Campbell with his second.
Trying to feed the middle, but an Aberdeen Wings player is there. O'Connell with a shot on, gets it by the blocker of Eber, and Cosmo with outstretched glove. A huge save there. Bruins still down low in it with their own possession. Simmons Fisher redirects, scores!
Minute 13 to go in the Budweiser power play for the Bulls. 9:45 remaining in the first period. Shot from Gaffney, rang it off the pipe. Left dot Vlasic. Bulls look to set it up again. Harold of Vlasic fires that one, and it's knocked down and cleared away by Marks. Another one. Gapton with a laser right point. He scores. Top half. Bulls on top by 2.
Warriors have to kill off here. Shot from the point by Malinsky. Save made. Rebound still loose. They're jamming at it. Still loose. Right in front. They score.
Gather back up and work it down the left wing. Harold mid-slot. Double dangle. He score. Logan Dombrowski again. It's 3-0 North Iowa.
Swanninger looking for the tip. It's in. Jackson Panzer makes it 3-0 Toros.
His first of the year. Beaton, McCormack, and Marquette are the only ones to score before this one. North Iowa answers with Coughlin, and it's 4-2. Ryan Coughlin got the pass in front and a beautiful toe drag to put it directly in the back of the net, and an